Welcome to Day 9, the last and final day of the 2019 World Championships from Kazakhstan. We are in the Track Wrestling studio presented by Defense Soap. I'm your host, David Mirikitani. It's been my pleasure to be joined for the last 3 days by my man, Andy Rovat. We're going to do this one more time, my brother.
Thank you for having me.
Let's take a look at the highlights from earlier today. More iconic moments. We were talking about this off air. The U.S. has won a gold medal 4 days in a row now. They're going to go for a fifth one. We're going to talk about that when we get to 79 kilos. Clearly the highlights of yesterday, number one, Jaden Cox. Unbelievable run. I think 26-0 points in matches. Didn't give up anything. Jordan Burroughs with his 8th medal. And every single wrestler we saw had a winning record yesterday.
Yeah, that's an amazing feat for Team USA. It means they're doing something right, and they're scoring points here and getting people in those medal matches.
Absolutely. So we have literally 12 matches left in the entire tournament. Bronze, bronze, gold at 61, 79, 86, 97. Let's start at 61. Tyler Graff has had a really good tournament for his first showing at the World Championships. Lost, got pulled back through the repechage, won this morning. Has Awari from India for third place.
Yeah, he had a dominant performance this morning, getting a tech fall 13-2 against Romania, I believe. Moldova. But yeah, he's looked great. We talked about him a little bit with his weight cut, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him. His speed's amazing, his endurance is amazing, and his pressure that he's putting on these people. The most impressive thing that I am seeing with him is his pushing and pulling. So he's not just one-dimensional, go. He's pushing them and getting them so off balance by bringing them back to him that they can't set their feet and can't do anything. And that's how you win. And so I'm excited to see what he's going to do to get that bronze medal.
Absolutely. This match gives him a chance to win a bronze medal individually, gets a chance to put him into the Olympic trial semifinals, most likely at 65 kilograms based on the weight cut, and will affect the team race, which we'll get into here in a minute. 79 kilograms, we've got Kyle Dake. He was the 1 seed. He has wrestled like the 1 seed. He has handled business as Kyle Dake does. He will have Hassanov from Azerbaijan in the finals.
Yeah, and this is an opponent that he's wrestled a few times in the past. He's very familiar with them. Hassanov has been on the world level since 2009, so it's definitely at the tail end of his career. He's had a legendary career, and he's one of the most famous wrestlers in Azerbaijan history. But this is going to be all Kyle Dake. I actually am going to predict a tech fall here in the finals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I mean, I just see it. You know, I think Kyle wants it. He shines under the lights, and this is the biggest stage, and we saw it last year. His first chance to wrestle for a gold, he not only wrestled for the gold, he didn't give up a point. Unfortunately, first match right away, he gave up the first 2 points. But that didn't stop him from having a dominant performance of a 12-2 tech fall first match, and then a 5-1 match over a tough Russian, and then a 6-1 semifinal over a tough Uzbek Kurbanov, and now he has Husseinov of Azerbaijan.
And he's obviously in the finals, so that qualifies him for the Olympic trial semifinals at 74. We know he's going to go down. Burroughs, by taking third, is in the Olympic trial finals. What that means is everybody else will be wrestling out to him, to those two guys. The number 2 seed would have Dake in the semifinals. The number 1 seed would have the number 4. So, but it does mean they're both to day 2, both Burroughs and Dake. So we'll get more into that as those matches are coming. 86 kilos. Pat Downey did a good job. Went 2-1. You know, had a really heartfelt social media post. Yazdani Charati is the man here. We're not sure. He may not have an opponent in the finals.
Right, yeah. It's been reported by Jason Bryant officially that Punia of India is out due to an injury. So that takes away one of the matches that we have remaining. So there's only going to be 2 bronze medal matches there.
And it also goes to show in the team race, David Taylor actually beat Yazdani Charati in the first round last year. Yazdani came back to, I think, and took third. But it goes to show you, again, you know, Pat Downey did a great job, made the most of his opportunity. Obviously wished he had done better. But the team race, which we're going to get to in a minute, would be significantly different if David Taylor was on the team.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. There's no doubt about that. David Taylor and Yazdani Charati have separated themselves light years away from the competition.
Yeah.
Both of them have not had very close matches at this weight on the world stage in the last 3 years.
Only with each other, right?
Right, only with each other. Yazdani Charati dominated in 17. David Taylor dominated in 18. And so far this year, with the with the forfeit in the finals, Yazdani Charati had an 11-0 tech fall in the semis against Miles Amin. He had
I think he's tech falled his way through the tournament.
Yeah, he had a fall against the Russian Nifanov in 2 minutes and 33 seconds in the quarterfinals. He had a fall against Hungary, who was in the bronze medal match in 123, and then he had a tech fall 10-0. So I don't think he has given up a point. He has 2 falls, 2 tech falls.
Yeah.
That's pure dominance. David Taylor has to be salivating right now, knowing that he has had 2 very good performances against Yazdani Charati the last 2 times they've wrestled.
Yes.
And going into the Olympics, both of those athletes are the 2 favorites in my mind to win that gold medal in Tokyo.
Right. The only other guy I would add there is possibly Jaden Cox, right? If he decides to go down.
Correct.
He's
Correct.
certainly on that level. So the last weight class is 97 kilograms. That's where we have Kyle Snyder. We'll take a look at the bracket here. He was at the top of the bracket, made it out to the semis, lost to Sharifov, who will have Sajalayev in the finals. That match is going to be crazy in terms of fan interest. Over 2,000 people were bussed in supporting Sajalayev, and we'll talk about that final. Snyder, big match, multiple reasons here in the bronze medal match. Has Otakazi from Georgia. If he wins, he gets a bronze medal, so another medal for his resume. He also then qualifies himself for the Olympic trial finals by doing that. And the team score, which we're going to jump into in the next couple of minutes here. Tell us about the match. How do you think that match will play out versus Otakazi?
They've wrestled in the past. I know they've split matches in the past. Otakazi's very hard to score on. He's not very offensive, so it's not like any of his matches are that high scoring. But if he could keep Kyle off and just, you know, in my mind, he's just going to try to let Kyle shoot himself out, not in terms of getting tired, but shoot himself into making mistakes. and he's just going to be defending his legs. In his mind, if Kyle can't get his hands locked around the legs, he's not going to be able to finish. But if he can get Kyle to attack him like 5, 6, 7, 8 times, that's going to eventually open something up. And
that's what Sharifov did.
That is exactly what Sharifov did. And I saw a transcript of his post-match interview where he said his game plan against Kyle Snyder was to not attack him because that would go towards Kyle's strength. And he said he knew Kyle only goes forward and Kyle only attacks, and that Kyle never really looks for the counterattacks because he's so offensive minded. And he said his only goal was to allow Kyle to attack him, and when the timing was right, to down block, re-attack Kyle. And that's exactly what he did to get the 5-2 decision. And so Otakazi's kind of the same way, but he is definitely not at the level of Sharifov. Sharifov has had we talked
storied
about this.
Career, yeah.
Yeah, he's an Olympic champ, but we talked about him beating Cael Sanderson, Jaden Cox, Jake Herbert, and now Kyle Snyder.
Yep.
Those are the 4 American legends, and he's beaten all of them.
Let's take the last couple of minutes here and give everybody a summary of where the team scores are. Russia, 177 points. The way we are presenting these scores to you guys is the way we would in America, where if a guy took second or a girl took second, we're giving the team those second place points and we'll add the first place points on. The way UWW does it, they don't add any of the points till the entire weight is over, but this is the better way to do it so we can understand things. Right now in 5th place is Georgia with 80 points. They have 2 guys wrestling, so they could score 5 and 5 for a total of 90 max. The United States also has 80 points. We have 3 guys wrestling. We have Graf, we have Dake, we have Snyder. So we could score a total of 95 points, so we can beat Georgia if we control our own destiny. Iran is ahead of us with 83 plus 10. In reality, that's 88 plus 5 because of the Yazdani match we talked about. But the best they can do is 93. So again, if the U.S. were to win their matches, they would pass them. Kazakhstan, we can talk about the draws later, but they have 103 points, so we can't catch them. They have 2 other matches going, so they could get to 113. Russia has 177 points plus 20 more. And we'll talk, but they basically have 4 champions, 2 in the finals, 3 wrestling for 3rd, and 1 DMP. So before we sign off, I just want to say this is my first chance to do this. It's been 9 days. I want to thank the guys here that have set this up for us. I want to thank the Dennis Halls of the world, the Kevin Blacks of the world, the Andy Rovats of the world. You guys have done a phenomenal job, done most of the heavy lifting, just kind of let me talk about the 2s and the 1s. I want to thank Track Wrestling so much for this opportunity. And you guys need to get on and watch this last day of wrestling at trackwrestling.com. There's 3 different price points. Get there now, because when we go to commercial, we're going to come right back, and we will be into the 61 medal matches, and Tyler Graf will be on deck. Once again, I just want to thank you so much. It's been a really fun riding shotgun with you.
Yeah, thank you for having me, and just like you said, thank you to Track Wrestling for giving me the opportunity to announce these and just be able to watch all the matches and connect with everybody out there that's watching the stream.
It's been a blast. It's been a great 9 days. We'll be right back after this.
What's the difference between the good and the great? The champion and the runner-up? Both work hard. Both show up for practice. Both work for success. So what makes them different? Others just want success. The champion creates it. We don't beg for it. We don't ask for it. We don't wait for it. We create it. Create your own success.
If our mats could talk, they would speak of hand craftsmanship, innovation, and our tradition of excellence, of our patented zip connection, exclusive Digiprint technology, the reputation our mats are known for. If our mats could talk, they would speak of our history, of champions, and of you. 60 years of tradition, 60 years of success. Resolite, the mat company.
Okay, we're back. The first match is going to be Iran versus Uzbekistan at 61. And because of the Yazdani match, Iran essentially has 88 points now. This is the last match they can score. If Uzbekistan were to win, USA would completely control their own destiny. They actually do anyway, but it would make it that much easier because they'd only have to win 2 of the 3 matches as long as one of those 2 is the Snyder match, because that would take Georgia out of it as well. So we are big Uzbekistan fans here for the next 6.5 minutes.
Right. You know, one of my favorite things